Call of Duty Vanguard might have some of the most broken class setups in Call of Duty history. And today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly those class setups, exactly what you should be using. Using this is going to help you win more gunfights and drop more of those V2 rockets. Hey guys, what is going on? It is your boy J King, and today I'm going to be going over the top 5 class setups in Call of Duty Vanguard. As I said before, this game probably has the most broken class setups ever, as well as the #1 gun, which I think might be the most broken weapon in Call of Duty history. So using these class setups is pretty much going to help you win more gunfights. It's going to help you pretty much do anything you want on the map. I've put a lot of time into these class setups to pretty much make the best class setup available with the best attachments to use on each gun. I'm going to be showing it all to you today. Make sure you stick around for the end for the #1 gun. You might guess what gun that is, but I bet you're not building that gun the right way. Also, make sure to leave a like if you do enjoy today's video. Hit that subscription button down below. Ring that bell for more content just like this on Call of Duty Vanguard. So without further ado, let's hop into it. So before we hop into the actual class setups, I do want to go over how I sort of created these classes. There are pretty much 3 main components that you can change with the different attachments in this game. The first one is going to be damage and time to kill, pretty much how quickly you are killing the enemies. The second is going to be recoil and accuracy, pretty much how accurate your gun is, how much recoil, vertical and horizontal, idle sway, and things like that. And the third one is going to be mobility. This is going to be anything from ADS speed, sprint to fire time, overall movement speed, and even strafing speed. What I wanted to go for with these class setups is to balance all 3 components of these, so you're not having a super slow gun just to sacrifice for damage. You're going to be getting the best of all 3 of these areas. So hopping into the 5th best class at Call of Duty Vanguard, I'm going with the M1928. I feel like this is a really underrated SMG. Not a lot of people are really using it. It's really fast firing and it has a pretty good time to kill, as well as not having that much recoil on it. The only downside to this is it really doesn't have that broken attachment that is going to make you pretty much 2-shot enemies. So that is probably the main thing holding it back from being any higher on the list. So the class setup here is, again, we're sort of speccing for mobility and a little bit of recoil control on this gun. You guys could pause the video and take screenshots if you want to see all of the attachments on here. I know my camera is blocking the stock, but it's pretty much the wire grip stock. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to go over the pretty much the important parts of this class setup. I do have this 50-round drum of the 8mm conversion. This is pretty much going to increase the damage. Again, it doesn't make this class broken at all, but it does increase the damage. And as we can see from the detail side of things, it pretty much doesn't have that much recoil on it. My benchmark for vertical recoil is usually around 60. Anything above that is going to be pretty much too inaccurate for me. Anything below that, I'm going to be able to control the recoil and pretty much hit all of my shots. Some of the attachments that we have on here is actually going to be decreasing the sprint to fire time. So we throw on this sprint to fire time little grip right here. I also have recoil booster on just to increase that fire rate. Again, increasing the fire rate is going to decrease your time to kill in this game, and it pretty much makes the gun that much better. And also it's just going to decrease accuracy, and we're only at 2.7 for horizontal recoil, which is really good. So overall, I believe this is the best class setup for the M1928. I think it's a perfect balance of damage, mobility, while also not having that much recoil. Now for the 4th best class setup in Call of Duty Vanguard, we are going with the Type 100. You've probably seen some classes on this gun about how it could 2-shot people, and yes, that is true. Pretty much the 2 crutch attachments that you have to have on this is going to be this ammo conversion down here, and also the vital proficiency. This is pretty much going to increase that time to kill, increase that damage, so it's available for you to have 2 shots on people. Why I have this at number 4 and not higher is if we go into the detail side of things, we're going to be seeing actually a pretty decent amount of recoil. With this gun, it is actually pretty hard to balance all 3 components of mobility, damage, and also recoil. So to have the damage attachments as well as some attachments to boost the mobility, we're going to be sacrificing on recoil. So I would pretty much use this gun for mainly short range maps. Again, that recoil of 80 is going to be pretty hard to control, as well as the 21 horizontal recoil, which isn't that great either, but it's still a really good SMG in that close to medium range. Again, as I mentioned before, the 2-shot kill is just going to be insane, and that's why I have it at number 4. And to just show you the stock, we do have this stock right here, which is going to control some of that horizontal recoil as well as give us some ADS speed. But this, I believe, is pretty much the best class that you can get for the Type 100. Pretty much you're going to have to sacrifice either mobility or recoil on this gun, and that's why I have it at number 4. Also, a quick bonus class right here is actually the 1911. This pistol can actually 2-shot people, and this is pretty much the class setup that you're going to have for it. Again, vital with this conversion for the ammo is pretty much going to be the crutch attachments here. Other things are going to increase fire rate, increase the mobility. So if you want a decent secondary to back you up with from your primary, this is pretty much going to be the go-to. For the third best class setups in Call of Duty Vanguard, it's going to be the automation. I was really seriously considering putting this at number 1, and I actually think it will be number 1 here very shortly, but I'll talk more about that later. But this gun is extremely accurate, has extremely fast time to kill, and it's overall a really decent AR for medium to long ranges. Class setup here, again, the stock is going to be the exact skeletal stock, and this is going to pretty much increase that strafe speed, which is really important. I'll talk more about this in a future video about how strafe speed is actually super important and really overlooked. But anytime you could throw on a stock that has strafe speed on it, you're going to want to use that. I've played around with this ammo conversion on here. Again, this is sort of like the crutch thing that is going to make every gun broken, but I found the recoil increase to just be too much, and it sort of takes this gun out of its sort of designed use. So I just sort of use the 45 round mag for the standard ammo. Pretty much the really important part here is going to be the sniper barrel. It's pretty much going to have bullet velocity and range, and also some accuracy on it. It's really only going to decrease hipfire accuracy, which we really don't care about. But overall, this gun has some pretty decent mobility, but the recoil on it is pretty much non-existent. We go into sort of the detail section here. We're only at 54. That's really controllable. And I actually found the recoil on this gun to be actually useful because it's pretty much going to be shooting up to the head level of the enemy. And we all know that the headshot multiplier in this game is just completely broken. So the recoil on this gun is actually pretty helpful. And again, the horizontal recoil isn't bad. So this is a really good AR to be using in pretty much all the different ranges. The time to kill is really good. The mobility is pretty decent on this class setup. And also the recoil is actually pretty helpful to get headshots. The only thing holding back this gun is that sort of broken class setup that is going to pretty much make it 2 bullet kills. But as I said before, this might be the best gun coming up here shortly after some patch notes come out. For the second best class setup in Call of Duty Vanguard, you guys could probably guess the next 2 guns, but you probably are not building these guns correctly. The MP40 is one of those guns that has the broken ammo conversion that is going to pretty much make 2-shot kills viable. So the crutch attachments that you need on this gun is actually going to be hollow point and also this 8mm conversion. There is also a third attachment that you can use to actually increase the time to kill and damage on this, but I found it to actually not be that helpful. You're still going to be getting 2-shot kills with this build, but if you want to actually throw this on, pretty much how this gun gets 2-shot kills is damage to limbs. With hollow point and also the increased damage through the ammo conversion, you're pretty much going to be able to 2-shot people if you shoot them sort of in the arms or legs. You can also throw on this barrel to increase limb damage again, but I found this to actually not be that helpful. Number 1 is you're actually going to be getting rid of the headshot bonus, which is still very viable on this build. It also doesn't increase the time to kill by that much. You're still going to be getting those insane kills when using the 2 attachments that I mentioned earlier. So this barrel really isn't needed, as well as this barrel just having a really good recoil control on it. Again, the stock I'll show you here, I have this sort of recoil control stock on. I pretty much use this stock if I'm going to be playing sort of any map that has any sort of long ranges on it. If you want to, you can throw on this 33 folding stock. This is going to give you a little bit more mobility while not really increasing the amount of recoil going to be on the gun. So if we head into the detail section of the class setup, again, this gun is going to have a decent amount of recoil on it. It's similar to the Type 100, where you're going to have to sacrifice the recoil if you're going to have any sort of mobility. But again, similar to the automation, I actually found this to be pretty helpful. The recoil of 83 is still semi-controllable, but it also sort of just shoots to the people's heads. So not only are you going to be getting that damage bonus for headshots, but you're also going to be getting damage bonus for limbs and extremities. Pretty much anywhere you shoot the enemy, you're going to be pretty much getting a critical kill, which is going to just shoot the time to kill way down. And as you can see, the damage of 46, which is just absolutely insane. You're going to be 3-shotting people pretty much almost anywhere, and then the 2-shot kills are going to be coming in when you hit those extremities. So I think this is the second best class setup in Call of Duty Vanguard right now. The MP40 is absolutely broken, mainly because of those ammo conversion mods and also the ammo type of hollow point, making pretty much critical hit kills available anywhere you shoot the enemy. Now for the best class setup at Call of Duty Vanguard, you guys probably guessed it, it's the SDG. This might be the most broken gun in Call of Duty history. And pretty much the main reason for this is going to be, you probably guessed it, the ammo conversion and Vital. Vital increases the area in which you can get critical hit kills. So as I said before, this is pretty much going to widen the area where you need to get a headshot, and you're pretty much going to be getting headshot bonuses pretty much almost anywhere you shoot the enemy. I do recommend throwing on the 30 round mags. I don't even have them unlocked yet because I've been trying to level up some other guns, but the 30 round mags are definitely better than the 20 round mags. 20 rounds is just not enough, but this is the class setup right here that you're going to want to be using. Again, the stock is going to be this tactical stock. It's going to be sort of this strafe speed, which is really important. Heading into the details, we're going to be seeing pretty low recoil. Again, it's around that sweet spot where it's going to kind of be shooting up to the enemy's head, but it's also extremely controllable when it needs to be. Again, it has a damage of 41, which is absolutely insane. And the range and controllable recoil on this is just completely broken. You could two-shot people pretty much from across the map. But I believe this is the best class setup in Call of Duty Vanguard right now. If you're gonna want to drop some V2 rockets, this is gonna be the go-to right here. But yeah, guys, that is today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one.